Hi, crafty friends. Are you ready for 4 easy DIY projects? So the first project is going to be super easy. I grabbed a piece of recycled cardboard, and then I got these little wood pieces from the Dollar Tree. Some of them are lighter color, some of them are darker, and the darker ones are kind of thinner. So I thought, let's start with the outline of a heart, and we'll just go around that outline, get them all hot glued onto the cardboard. Once we get it all, the whole shape of the heart, and again, this can be any shape you want it to be, but I just thought it would be really cute for the heart. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna start filling in the inside. Now, some of these are taller than others, some of them are shorter, like I said, some are thinner. So we'll just kind of put this whole thing together and make it the way we want it to be. So I made sure when I was putting the hot glue on that I was putting a pretty good amount, especially around the edge pieces, because I really want them to hold on well. And don't worry, words are hard today, that if you have any excess cardboard around, because once we get all of this done, we will just kind of trim that off, and then we have a really good background to this, background, I guess it would be, because it's just going to hold everything together. But I did have fun kind of like, as I started to do the inside, kind of laying them out how I wanted them to sit. And sometimes they are like super duper crooked, but don't worry, you can always push some pieces in there just to kind of fill it up. And so a lot of hot glue, and I did use 2 packages. Well, you can see of the darker ones, I didn't use a ton of those for the fill-in pieces, but the other package I used quite a bit of. So my Dollar Tree just put these out again, so I can't wait because I have some ideas of other projects that I want to do with these wood pieces as well. So once we get them all in there, like I said, we're just going to trim it off. I'm just using my box cutter kind of going around that heart edge. And I even took some scissors on some parts where I really needed to get in a little bit closer than I could with the box cutter. But friends, I just love how this turned out on my coffee table. So much fun. So next up, we have project number 2. So these are little fillable containers that I got at the Dollar Tree. You can see they come apart, but I like when you put them back together because there's a little hanger at the top that's on each side of them. So I'm going to use some spray paint on these, and so I'm just going to take them apart and lay them out. I thought that would be easier to spray paint, and it was. So I put a couple coats on it. Obviously, once you do the first coat, let it dry really good, and then do your second coat. And then once that's all dried, then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put them back together, because I thought, oh my gosh, this will be so fun to make a garland out of. I always love, I don't decorate a ton for Valentine's Day because generally I go with neutral colors, but I thought this would be super cute hanging on my fireplace, going across with some other garlands that I have. And the gold, y'all know, I love gold. If you are brand new here, hi, I'm Bonnie, and I love everything gold. So this spray paint works out great. So I wrapped a little bit, I'm just gonna do this with twine. I wrapped a little bit of tape around the end of the twine, and I'm just gonna kind of trim it with my scissors at an angle. And then that way it'll go right through, because those holes are little teeny tiny. You can see at the top of the hearts there. But I love that that's on both sides, because once you put the twine through, I'm gonna tie it off. For each one, it'll just hold them all in place, and you don't have to worry about the heart coming apart or anything like that. I don't think it would, but I love that it's on both sides. Just makes it easier. So just like I said, just going to put the twine through all of these, tie a little loop. That way, in case once I hang it up, I can undo that little loop and then tie it back in the space that I need it to. But friends, I just love that these no longer look like the red plastic pieces or containers that we got at the Dollar Tree. I think this gold just added like next level. I just think this one is super duper fun. So one thing that I did do when I was carrying them upstairs to hang them on the fireplace was I got them all tangled up, but I got them apart. Yay to that. I didn't even get frustrated. Okay, maybe I did a little bit, but anyways, look how adorable this turned out. So up next is project number 3. For project number 3, I raided my stash of burlap. I've got some extra pieces of fabric here, and I got the little heart bracelets from the Dollar Tree. And friends, these are fun to just wrap around. If I'm like the burlap we're going to use this extra fabric, just wrap it around. And then we have these fun little fabric hearts. So we're going to do this into a garland also. And then I went through my stash. I love antique earrings. The ones that are like the little clip-ons, you know what I'm talking about? I have a bunch of them that have like little rhinestones in them. Some of them have pearls. So I thought, oh my gosh, how fun would that be to hang from each one of the hearts as well? Because then I'm just draping it over there. I'm not, messing up the earring itself. I could end up taking it off, using it for something else, but just add a little bit to that I thought would be super fun. So you can see I'm just wrapping. You could even do these with ribbon if you wanted to, but just wrap it around, tack it with some hot glue as you're going around, and then we'll just use, again, some of the string, and we'll just make another garland, which is super fun. Even I was thinking these would be cute to not do with the garland, but just use these around your house if you're decorating, or I thought they would be fun on a place setting as well, just kind of laying on there, and then adding that little earring over the top would be fun. Or if you didn't have anything like that, you could even use some of the gems from the Dollar Tree that they have. I like to take sometimes their hair ties apart because they have fun little gems on them. Some Dollar Trees you even see earrings at, so you could use those as well. But lots of different ideas for this one. It's just a way to use up some of your scrap stuff and then just create fun little pieces of decor without breaking the bank, which is my absolute favorite way to craft. So here's where I'm taking off those little earrings. I had them on this little, I don't remember what that thing's called, but easy peasy way to put it together. And look how adorable these came out. So now on to project number 4. I found, look at this little thing I got at the Dollar Tree. I guess it would like stick in the ground or something. So I put it over the edge of my table and I bent it. And then because I want this part to come off the back of it. So then I took those little plier things that I have there and I kind of scored the edge. I just kind of like crimped it as much as I could. Obviously I couldn't break it, but I crimped it enough, and then I just kind of folded that piece back and forth, and then it ended up popping off. Because I don't want to use this for what it's intended for, but I want to use it for something else. Like I said, I am not like a colorful person when it comes to adding anything for like Valentines or anything like that. I tend to go with golds and neutral colors. So I'm just going to use some Rub and Buff, and we're going to go right over the top of this. I'm not going to paint it or do anything else because I do want some of those colors to kind of come through a little bit. And then once we get this whole thing Rub and Buffed, if you haven't used Rub and Buff, first of all, please go do, because it's phenomenal. But if you don't have any Rub and Buff, you could also use a little bit of that same spray paint on this, or you could just paint it in a color that you wanted. But once I get all the Rub and Buff on there, I'm going to actually use a stamp pad. The one I'm going to use is black soot, because right there on the heart where you can see it's raised, the letters are raised, I'm just going to go over the top of that and maybe some of the other areas with that black ink pad, and that way we're just going to give that a little bit more dimension. See how it kind of makes it pop, which I love. So then we're going to use one of the wallpaper pieces from the Dollar Tree and this sign that I've had for a while, and we are just going to make the backdrop to put this cherub on. And I just folded it around the wood piece here. I guess I could have done the front side of this. I don't know why I didn't think of that. So I actually had to use another piece of the wallpaper, but hey, that's okay. So then I'm going to put these little wood blocks on to adhere it to the thing. And friends, look how adorable this is. Don't forget to subscribe for more.